Me and Chris are just chilling on the lawn waiting for the grab lorry to come. We found a vintage white dog poo. Proper old school, innit, Pam? Like 90s shit. And we've picked it up and put it in the snap box. Oh, the grown man, 40 years old, still laughing at stupidity.
I'm not 40. Talking about.
You have to be careful out in this sun, boys. You get a little bit crusty in that.
All I'm going to say is, when you find out, it wasn't me.
Holds there.
Make sure you get the right wind.
Come on. Oh, mate, you've just not got the angles. It's not going like it used to.
Put that spinner on it.
Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, it is B&P Paving, and we are at it again. First up, I'd like to thank you all for the comments over the weekend. Absolutely brilliant, astounding to learn where some of you are from. America, the Philippines, it's just interesting to know where people are watching us, and yeah, I find it's fascinating. But it did lead to another question. I thought, I wonder what people do for a living and what their interest is in with it. Is it just the laughs? Is it the tradesman kind of thing? So pop it in the comments, you know, what it is you actually do professionally. It's kind of an interesting thing to know. You never know, there might be some sort of work we can throw each other's way or do something like that. So it's really interesting stuff. Anyway, this week we are doing a smaller driveway, thank God, at Gedling Village in Nottingham. Lovely little job this. They had some building work done and one of the lorries drove on the driveway. I think the concrete's pretty thin and it cracked and popped the driveway. So through the insurance, they are having a repair job done. We quoted and got the job. So yeah, I'll hop out the van in a Momo and we'll get looking at it and get rocking and rolling. I can already see the customer's car still on it. And of course, we need a cup of tea before we start. So yeah, first things first, let's test these people's coffees and teas out. The machine's already here and then we'll get rocking and rolling. So as you can see, got quite substantial damage to the driveway where a lorry parked on it. It's popped all the concrete, so it has to be replaced. So we're just starting now. We're gonna get all this concrete up, loaded up, ready to go. We're hoping it's as thin as it looks, because it just does look, it looks pathetic. Kind of what he was trying to do. We'll have to go get the breaker, I think. We'll see.
Ants, Chris.
There's your problem,
Ants,
mate. Ants. Mortar bees.
Can't do the job now.
That's it. Ah! Right, let's get going. A little bit thicker than it looks, so I think we'll have to go get the big breaker. digging, and we found like there's huge voids under the concrete. The concrete's about 6 inches thick, and underneath there'll be like a 1/2 or 8 inch void. So I dare say that's what caused it to dip when the lorry's parked on it. There's actually, like, I think over years the rain's got under it and washed out the sub base or the sand. There's no actual sub base on it. First mission of the day, we now need to go and load up the big breaker onto the van, which is a nightmare. So we're going to head on as travels now, go back up to mine, fetch it, and then bring it back here, get some work done. So we've been and fetched the big boy. It's going to make easy work of this concrete. Ryan's just taking these pins out. They're a little bit stiffer now since we've had it all fixed. See, all you lot on YouTube, say, get them thingies, get them bushes fixed, get them fixed. Now we can't get the bastard pins in and out because it's so tight. But anyway, I'm glad you lot are happy. As long as the subscribers are happy. Don't matter how much, don't matter about poor Ryan.
How much he has to suffer.
And how much he has to suffer, yeah. So yeah, we'll get this clicked on. We'll go around, break up this concrete, get it all ready to come out, get it piled up, and we've got a load coming about 11. Me, 3D, 3D, 3D. You don't see other YouTubers with 3D videos, do you? There you go. Top end 3D. So as you've seen, we have peckered hundreds of the clothes in the concrete, and that just makes it easier that when we lift it with the bucket, we can lift it with a sledge and it breaks into sections. Chuck it on this pile and get shut of it. That is the next job. We're just having a little break, a little siesta. Morning break. We only tend to have a morning break about 10 o'clock. Might have a coffee in the afternoon, but we sort of have this lunch at 10 o'clock, which is a bit strange. But yeah, Foldsy's DJing around the back. Living his best life. Huh? Oh yeah, we can't play any music. Did you subscribers know that if we accidentally have a radio play in the background, it blocks my video from uploading? Right, pain in the bum. Sometimes we have some music playing and we're having a laugh and singing and that. We can't put it online because it's it gets kicked off. Me and Chris are just chilling on the lawn waiting for the grab lorry to come. We found a vintage white dog poo. Proper old school innit, Pem, like 90s shit. And we've picked it up, we've put it in this snap box. Oh, the grown man, 40 years old, still laughing at stupidity.
I'm not 40. Talking about.
You have to be careful out in this sun, boys, you get a little bit crusty in that.
All I'm gonna say is, when you find out, it wasn't me.
To be fair, I do feel a little bit bad. It was one of the things that seemed really funny at the time, but I can now see the error of my ways.
If you were there, it was funny.
At the time, it seemed like a funny idea.
What do you reckon it'll be?
So I've seen the error in my ways. I've taken it out, put it on the lid. Let's wait for him to go cray cray. Holds there.
Make sure you get the right wind.
Come on! Oh, mate, you've just not got the angles.
There's live.
It's not going like it used to.
Put that spinner on it.
So, the little toy airplanes all ended in tears, look.
We'll get it close. Walk close to the up.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh!
Come on.
No! Oh, big lad.
Come on.
Big stuff.
Oh.
Got longer arms. Oh, I can't do it. Can you do it now? Oh. Easier now.
Okay, so as you've seen, that's the first load gone. Customers asked if we can do an extra little bit in front of the bay window now for an additional cost, which we're going to do this little sort of triangle here. It makes sense. It's a shared driveway, so if they have this little area, they can pull the car up there and it'll allow the next door to pass. So it will make a lot of difference, I think. It's worth doing while we're here. So yeah, we've got Dave coming back for another grab now, so we're desperately trying to get another load ready because it's already 3 o'clock. Okay, good morning everybody. It's Tuesday morning. We've had a little bit of a setback. Chris has got a bit of a family emergency on. Nothing for you guys to worry about, but he's not here today. Luckily I rang round and managed to get a digger operator in this morning. So we're back rocking and rolling and on the digger. So yeah, I'll hop out the van now and I'll show you what's going down. Okay, so as you can see, nearly there now, dug out. We've had 2 loads away. We're just getting the 3rd one ready. So like I say, my mate Gareth's coming from PG Evans Landscapes to help me out. Been in business for a long time, so he knows what he's doing. Yeah, we've just got to remove this area here for the hedge, the step, this little bit of concrete here. We're nearly there now, just a little bit of messing around and tinkering, but it's starting to look like a job. Obviously, I need to make a phone call to get rid of these bushes as well, which I shall do shortly. The lads are breaking out the edgings along the front now with the electric breaker, and yeah, it's coming together. Right, so we're nearly there now. Just moving some of this pile to one side so we can get some stone dropped in as he's bringing the stone with him. We'll get on it and drop and pull all the stone back. Okay, so D&J Projects have arrived to do his grab load, drop some stone off and we can get rocking and rolling. Absolutely buzzing. So that is the first load of stone in and knocked around. Nice stone this is, really happy with it. So we've got it all raked around, set to the correct levels. Brian's just getting it the finishing touches, not knocking about. We've just got another 7 ton en route, which is going to go in this area here. It's a bit low still, we ain't got enough. We couldn't get it all on one lorry. And yeah, we'll give it a rake around. We'll whacker it now, get it compacted properly. So we've got John A's coming in the morning with everything. And with folds there. What are you doing with that wheelbarrow?
Moving it that way.
What are you moving it for?
Wacko.
Oh, he's getting the whacker. Where is the whacker?
Don't you worry about how we got it out.
Oh, he knows, Lord. He knows. Not just a pretty face. Okay, so it is 4 p.m. and the last load of stone has just arrived. It's absolutely peeing it down with rain. However, we've got to get it in because we've got the materials coming in the morning. Sandy's gone driving for now, so we'll have to do a bit of a late one today. Stop and get it done. So lads are getting stuck in. It's what we do here, we get things done. Flick over to a little time lapse, let's get this done. Okay, good morning everybody. It is Wednesday morning and I hope we're getting somewhere. It's alright, my mate's just come up to the van window, I didn't see him, he scared me to death. So I'm here early, we're just waiting for Johnny Stevens to get here so we can finish up yesterday. A bit of a disaster, things got a bit behind yesterday, it rained. We got 2 loads of stone and under ordered, so I'm about 3 tons short on the sub base, so I've got to get that in first before I can get the materials unloaded. So the plan is Johnny's going to come, we're going to pull the lorry up, dangle the ton bags of stone where we need them, cut them, knock that about as quick as we can and whacker it, and in the meantime they can unload the other stuff. So we're kind of on target. I'm quite happy, but yeah, yesterday was a push. We had to stop late, which none of us like doing. So yeah, got rid of all the green waste, those bushes are gone. Mappy tree come and fetch them. So yeah, anyway, I'll hop out and we'll show you where we're at and then we'll get to work, I suppose, after a coffee. Like clockwork, Johnny Stevens are here. It's 7:30. So we're going to get this stone unloaded, dropped into these sections where it's a bit low. It's just this front sort of quarter of the driveway, if that. So we'll get that in and knocked about quick first, and then get the sand unloaded and so on. So we'll flip over to a little time lapse and get that done. Okay, so as you see, got some materials here, the stone's here, I'm just going to knock that about now, give it a whacker. I don't know if you guys noticed on the time lapse yesterday, that whacker is smoking badly. We think the engine's gone and it's actually sucking oil. I don't know if any of you guys know anything about it, but we believe it's pulling oil into the engine block, so it's had it. So we're going to put a new engine on it, so that's going in for repair. I'm going to try and get a higher one. To be fair, as far as a piece of equipment goes, we've had it for about 8 years and it's pretty sturdy stuff. But they take a lot of abuse, so it's had enough. But yeah, we're going to get this engine replaced on it. The actual whacker's all in good shape, so just take the engine block off, replace the engine block. So something to look forward to, another load of money. Okay, so we've knocked all the sand about very roughly with the machine, and we've just dug a little trench out. I'm going to get his edgings dropped in. They're like having a little toolbox talk. The man with no name's claiming that he's fathered many children around Nottingham. And he's naming names and we're looking on Facebook and identifying them to see if they look anything like him. However, none of them seem to be toothless goons, so we're not sure. So, unfortunately, the heavens have opened once again. So we're trapped in the vans. It's getting really, really stressful trying to get anything done. And then obviously all the sand's down now, which will be soaking wet. Make it even more fun. But we'll persevere. I think we're going to nip and get a coffee somewhere in house. So we're going to go sit somewhere, have a coffee. I think this is set in for the next 40 minutes, an hour. And we're going to come back, get it sand screed and laid. So we're attempting to whack off the sand. It's absolutely saturated. It's not ideal. Edgings are in. Let's get going. But as you've all just seen, it's just absolutely chucked it down, saturated all this, wet through. So we're trying as hard as to screed it. And now the sun's come out and it's 30 degrees. It's like unbelievable, you can't make it up. Okay, so as you can see, we're all screeded up, ready. Just got this bit to do next, but we're just going to lay it up in stages today because of the wet weather. It keeps raining, so it's causing us problems. So, get later to the corner of this house, that's the main drag done. It looks a bit bigger on this lens. And then get this area done, which is about 10 metres, probably in the morning, the way things are going. We're not having a very good week this week. Johnny's just arrived. It is, I don't know, I'm showing me watch, there's no time on it. It's 3 o'clock. We're having a bit of a bad time with deliveries and collections and things this week. However, that leaves an hour to get this laid, which we've already screeded, so we're ready to rock and roll. Oh, you turned up, are you? 10 o'clock, so fully 10 o'clock this. That's another day. In it, folds?
Another day, another dollar.
That's correct. That's exactly what you're getting paid, about 75 pence. English sterling. Little toolbox talk going off this morning. It is 8 AM. About ready to start cutting shortly. However, we need to recess these manhole chambers, so we're going to put some new lintels in and sort those out. Screed and lay this area. Then we're nearly there. Well, I say nearly there, it's a good couple of days work. I think we'll be back here Monday whackering. I don't think we'll be able to whacker it tomorrow. And I'm having a problem getting a whacker as they're all out on hire now. And mine's smoking like a bloody 1920s chimney. So we'll have to make do and hope it don't blow up. So yeah, that's his plan for the morning.
He's having a little dance, look at him. Right then, folky folks, I'll show you what we're doing with this manhole. So, well, we're a bit balls deep already into it, and we forgot the video. But this was the original lid, so basically this was all concrete, and then it continued round there like that. That was connected with steels through, and then the original tin lid like that sat on top of it. So what we've done is, we've put the manhole, you can see that is the same size there, cut across there, that's going to stay in, so that's reinforced. Blocks are going to sit over the top of that. We've got a lintel, so just drop that on for me, young squire, show these people. So as you can see, there's an edge all the way around, and if you just left it as it is, quite a lot of people do just leave them as they are, by the way, but that's just sort of floating on there. So obviously weight that's going to go over, it could crack and snap. So we've got a lintel. A lintel's going to sit across there under that. Luckily we've got enough room, enough depth rather, for that just to sit on there without having to notch it out. If we didn't, we'd have had to cut down like this, cut some out of the chamber, and then recess that into it. This one's worked out all right actually. Sometimes what you have to do, which is a bit of a nightmare, you have to dig this all the way down, break this down, get these lintels and sort of then rebuild it back up and try and close it in. So we've had to do it before where we've had like, God, 7 to 10 of these. We've had to take this down because it's been a bit too high. And you have to take it down to there and basically put a lintel across, and try and build it up and close the gap off as you come up. Fill that with concrete so that's all solid over the top of it, but obviously there's still access. And then close it so you can get a recessed lid. Quite a lot of faffing about involved. This one's worked out well. It's not took us too long. Probably be about an hour's worth of work in total, which is not too bad. We've then got to get over to this one, but we think, hopefully, when we take that off, we won't have to break that out and put a lintel, and the recessed lid will sit on top of that. Not too sure yet till we have a look, but that's the plan. It's the plan, Stan, isn't it?
That's the plan.
That is the plan.
If it goes to plan.
If it goes to plan. Yeah, that's it. That's the plan, if it goes to plan. Let's get it done.
Okay, so we've reduced these manhole lids, put new lintel in, as you can see, ready to go. So they're not actually set to block level yet, but they're set just lower, so we just need to put them on a bed now. But we're going to get this area all screeded up now, sanded, get it laid for you. And then once it's all laid up, it's break time now, look. Once it's all laid up, we can start cutting in and getting this job finished for the customer. Flip over to a little time lapse. Let's get it done. So we've just knocked the sand about, we're going to give it a whacker. However, this area, I don't know if you can really see on camera, is a bit tricky. It sort of runs up and then it gets more of a steep incline, but then this bit here falls down a little bit to this slab there. As a slab come up here we need to replace. But yeah, so it's not a simple case of dropping bars in. We've got to kind of work out the levels and stuff, so it probably means using 6-foot levels as screed bars to get it in. So just got to pray this whacker plate keeps going, because I've literally cannot get my hands on one and it's on death's door. We are finally making progress. It is lunchtime Thursday. Just getting marked up, getting marked for all the borders. I'm going to drop all the borders in concrete and put them on concrete, back up the side with concrete. Just marking up now, I'm going to cut them with stillies. Manholes in and set. A little bit here to do. Bit of messing. Good clean down. We're getting there. Morning everybody. Starting to look like a driveway. So we're basically near completed bar concrete in to this point here. So this bit of the driveway is complete. I've got a new step going in here this morning. Float that bit up, tie it back into the existing slabs. Cut this all in. New manhole lids. But yeah, everything on this job's been a bit of a nightmare. Like nothing's been straight, the lines, it's just been a bit of a ball ache this week, to be honest. On top of that, we've had the weather, late deliveries and so on. But we're still battling on, so it's Friday today. Chances are we'll get finished bar whackering, so we're gonna have to come in Monday and give it a whacker. But knowing our luck, it will probably rain torrentially. Morning, everybody. I feel like I need to talk to you about something that's been distressing me greatly this last couple of days. I don't know if you're gonna love me for this, guys, or hate me, but I recommend you have a go. I don't know if any of you guys have been playing this on your phone, but it is possibly the greatest free game I've ever played in my life. It's ideal for sitting in a van in the rain. So yeah, I'll stick the link in the YouTube comments. Click the link to download it. I'm not being promoted anyway. I'm not making any money from it or anything like that. I just highly recommend this game. However, I will warn you, it is ridiculously addictive. There's not really much to it, but honest to God, I started playing it about a week ago and I just cannot stop. So yeah, you all need to go on the app and have a little look. Okay, so as you can see, Chris has just set the curbing out, so we've overlaid it as we call it, and Chris has set it out and then he's marking it in chalk, as you can see, and then Ryan's going to cut that. And obviously we put concrete bed in, drop them in, infill it with block pavers, and you'll get your fresh old steps. So we'll flip over to a little time lapse and show you that getting done, guys. Okay, so me and Folder have been sent on our first little mission of the day. We need to go to the new MKM at Colic and pick up a 9-inch, I believe, 9-inch path edging, because we're going to clad this step because we're not happy with the finish on it. So yeah, that's the first little mission. Then we need to go to B&Q. I don't think they're a big fan of me, are they? Oh. You guys, I said something about how much they charge for slabs on a YouTube video, and then they're like, the manager of Nottingham like rang up, and I'm not sure if it rang up to moan about what I'd said. Well, it was true. There was £7 everywhere else, and they were charging like 19. So yeah, but I'm not sure if I was going to get telling off or something, or even it could have been offered a trade. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I always feel like I've got to duck and dodge when I go in there because they're after me. So yeah, that'll teach me to run my mouth off. So yeah, anyway, we're there now. We are heading there now, and we shall go collect that, get back to site, and get this stuff done. Okay, so that is mission complete. We've survived the builder's merchant run. So get back to site and get some work done. So as you've just seen on that time lapse, Chris has dropped this step in. I assure you it took a bit longer than 30 seconds, but not much more. We're all laid up now. We're just floating up these manhole lids. I'm going to lay the blocks. We're going to time and do that, try and make the pattern tie into the existing driveway. Chris is just SDSing this step down. I'm going to clad it with something nice. And Folder is just being Folder. He's just walking around, not caring the world, thinking about Saturday or Friday night.
Nah, staying in this weekend, bro.
You're never staying in. I've been saying this for 2 years now.
Staying in this weekend.
What, actually in the house?
In the house, not even going for.
Oh dear. Do you feel sorry for Mama? You make her cook your dinner?
No, I'll go around missus. Make her cook my dinner.
There you go. Okay, so we're going to go to a time lapse, but Ryan is that efficient at laying block pavers in a manhole lid. So as you can see, he's tied the pattern in to the existing lines. And basically now I think the rest of the cut's right.
Yep.
So then we have to cut each individual block, get them all in. We'll go over to that and do that in a minute. All right, it's laid up. Let's get it cut in. So, albeit very dusty, this bit isn't finished because we need to run it into the border. But albeit a bit dusty, that is your recess manholes cut in, looking absolutely lovely. A few little discrepancies, there's tiny little cuts that are next to impossible to get, but you get that with your kiln sand, it sort of hides it. So, it's the only way to do it, I'm afraid. But once cleaned off, brushed in, it's pretty good. Right, so that is all done for today. Well, me done for today. I've got to go quoting and such. So the lads are going to finish up here, get these borders all cut in. Finish up these borders here. It's about an hour's work, a bit of concrete to do. Give it a good wash down, jet wash. So yeah, weather still raining, awful. So you guys be watching Sunday. I hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon and you enjoy your weekend. Make sure you get on that Monopoly game. You can thank me later. Get on that Monopoly, honestly, it is a good crack. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and we'll see you next week.